Good morning. I'm Mary Potter Kenyon, and I'm the program coordinator at Shalom Spirituality Center. Listen, we need to talk. And I mean that literally. We as human beings need connection, someone to talk to sometimes. And if you're like me, you're not getting a lot of that connection right now. This pandemic isn't going to go anywhere anytime soon, and that can cause a lot of uncertainty and worry. Know that you are not alone if you are having a hard time right now. But rather than giving in to a feeling of helplessness, we have something in our arsenal of defense against hopelessness and despair. We have the power of prayer. Matthew 18:20 says, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them." Something happens when God's people come together for intentional prayer. The act of praying and studying God's word together brings us into God's presence in a deeper way than when we are alone. I have seen amazing things happen when 2 or 3 gather in God's name. I have also experienced the power of someone praying for me. I will never forget one awful evening after my husband's death when I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned to no avail. My 8-year-old daughter had been climbing into bed with me every night after her dad died, and I didn't want to wake her up with my restlessness, so I finally just got up and went downstairs. I still have the piece of paper my sisters had written their phone numbers on in case I needed them, day or night, but I didn't want to wake any of them up. Instead, I turned on my computer and searched my Facebook page. Facebook. Say what you will about social media, but it had become a support system for me since my husband's death. Having trouble sleeping. Please pray for me, I typed. Instantly, a response came underneath my post. Praying, one of my nieces replied, and knowing her heart, I believed her, and that's all it took. Suddenly, I knew I could go to sleep. Someone was praying for me. They had my back. I returned to bed and immediately fell asleep. That's what can happen when we know somebody is praying for us. It lifts us. By morning, I saw that several other people had prayed for me during the night. We are beginning a new program at Shalom, a 6-week session that will look at different types of prayer found in the Bible, beginning with, appropriately, prayers of lament. I'm guessing a lot of us are lamenting something by now. Each week will include guided discussion, encouraging that human connection we're also desperately in need of, and challenging us to dig deeper into our faith. We will begin each session with prayer and end with specific prayer requests we might have, so that in between each session we can pray intentionally for each other. We'll have each other's backs, so to speak. Praying through the pandemic, a 6-week program of intentional prayer. It begins Monday, August 24th, and will run for 6 weeks from 6:30 to 8:30 on Monday evenings. The cost is $30, which includes access to the 6 Zoom meetings and a weekly PDF of the workbook pages. I'll be facilitating the group, and you will need to register by Friday, August 21st to receive the Zoom link and the first week's lesson in PDF format. You can register by calling our office at 563-582-3592 or check out our newly designed website at shalomretreats.org and register there. If you have any questions, you can email us at info@shalomretreats.org or call our phone number. I hope to see some of you there.